Good afternoon to all of you. Today we are having this virtual meeting to basically to provide a training, hands-on training for the exhibitors about the virtual platform of our event, which is going to happen, focusing on USA and Canada, starting from 23rd of March, 2021. This is our fifth event focusing some specific market. Council has already successfully organized for four such virtual events focusing different markets like South America, Sweden, Denmark. Recently, just we have concluded our Australia and New Zealand. Sir, I request all the participants kindly mute themselves. The Prabha Home Collections, maybe sir. Okay, thank you. So this is our fifth, virtual event focusing a specific market. So this time, we are through this event, we are focusing the market like USA and Canada. We already have 23 exhibitors who have signed up for participation in this event. So this meeting, through this meeting, we are going to provide you a kind of training, to get yourself, familiar with the tools and features of our virtual platform. So with these few words, now I invite our Executive Director, Mr. Sridhar, to say a few words to the participants, member exporters. So over to you.
Good afternoon, dear members and exporters. And it's our privilege to invite you for the introduction to the USA Canada Fair. Of course, we already conducted a couple of fairs in the past. So hope this virtual platform will be very useful to you for connecting with the buyers. And for USA Canada Fair, we have got a good response, around 24 participants for this fair. So kindly make a note of the suggestions and the brief about the virtual platform, which will be given by Mr. Pradeep, CBP Technologies. So kindly make a note. And in case of whatever the clarification you want to have, you can have at the end of the session. So I wish everyone to make use of this program and have a successful virtual seminar on USA and Canada. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite Mr. Pradeep from our event management company, CBB Technologies, to make a presentation about our virtual event platform. Over to you, Pradeep.
Thank you, sir. Hello, good evening, everyone. This is me, Pradeep. Like I've said in the other events as well, other training sessions also. We've spoken many number of times over the past several weeks and days. So anyway, so it's it's time again for the next fair. So we'll just go through the the exhibitor, the perspective of it, right? How to log into the platform, how to use it, and all that. We'll do all that. Okay. So now I'm just going to start sharing my screen, and we'll go through step by step. Okay. Okay. So hope everyone can see my screen. Let's just move this out of the way. Okay, so the first thing is, opening the Google Chrome browser, right? So you will actually receive two usernames and passwords. One is to log in for the Google Meet, and the other one is to log into the virtual platform. Okay, so this usernames and password we will share with you soon. But once you get that, so this is how you log in. And again, most of you have already used this, so you are all familiar with this. But just for the new ones who haven't seen this before, I think this session will be very helpful for them. So the first step in doing anything is opening the Chrome browser, right? Which is what I have just done now. As soon as you do that, you go to google.com, right? And then you will see a sign in button here. If you don't see it, you will see a sign out button, like a, do that. After that, you will see the sign in button, okay? And then you sign in with the username and password that we have given you, that we will give you for the Google Meet, okay? It will, please bear in mind, it will be, on this domain, it will be ihhsfair.com, okay? So if your company name is ABC, then it will be abc@ihhsfair.com, okay? So, I mean, you already are familiar with this, but then I'm just letting you know again, please make sure that this ID is at ihhsfair.com, okay? So then you're going to just log in. Okay, so you have logged in. Now you're all set. You remember, just a few seconds ago, I told you if you don't see the sign in button, you will see an icon here. You see, this is the icon that I was talking about. Okay. And then you see a sign out button here. You have to, so this is the account that I'm logged in here. So if I just hover my mouse over this, you will see info IHSS fair. So this is the one. This is the first step, just logging in. Okay. Next step is we will give you a link.
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir. Good evening. Hello. Did somebody say something? Okay. Okay. So the next step is in the same browser, you log into the virtual platform using the ID that we will again send you. Okay. So you will receive, like I said, you will receive two IDs. One is to log into the Google Chrome browser, which will be used for Google Meet. The other one is to log into the virtual platform. Okay. Okay. Here you go. So once you have logged in, this is what you see. As soon as you log in, this is what you see. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to let in Mr. Arjun Agarwal. Okay, so this is what you see, right? So here you will see about stall, wherein, it will give you all your, stall details like website details, email, your social media links and all that. It is all preloaded for you. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to touch a single thing here, right? Please, we suggest you don't do it, because it's all set. Okay. The next thing is the product profiles. So here is where you remember I've been asking you guys to give me 8 product profile PDFs. So this is where all those product PDFs go. Okay. And then the company profile PDF, you remember I say, give me a company profile, with your details as to what you have done so far, what your company basically is, and, how do you stand out from the crowd? What do you do that is unique, only to you and not to anybody else, right? So that sort of information, you'll have to put in your company profile, which most of you have already done. And that is what actually goes here. Okay, and then this is the video section, wherein you remember I've also been asking you guys for videos. So this is exactly where those videos go. Okay, and then we have a little gallery section also. That will also I'll explain. So this is the gallery section here. So all the gallery images, you remember I've been asking you to give me product images. If you have various product lines, then then I would be recommending you to give me an image from each of those product lines. So this is exactly where those images have gone. Okay, so this is all set. Again, you don't have to touch a thing, right? I mean, it's all set. It's like, we've constructed the house, we've loaded the house with all the, amenities, and we're just going to give you the key. All you have to do is just walk in, open the door, and that's just be available for, for those 3 days wherein the fair happens, right? So now, this is your dashboard. Okay. And again, most of you are familiar with this already. So this dashboard is where you will see the stall visitors. This is a very important section for you as to, who has visited your stall, their contact details and all that is here. Okay. So I'm just going to let in Mr. Veerapandian from Vijay Home Techs. So that, will go here. Okay. That will go into the stall visitors page. Now, again, for those of you who have joined a few minutes late, don't worry about it. We'll have a recap session, immediately after this. I'll do like 1 or 2 recaps. Okay. So don't worry about it. Just, please feel free. It'll all be, you'll be all very comfortable. Okay. Don't worry about it. So this is a meeting request section. So if any of the visitor, the buyer requests for a meeting, then this is where it'll go. Okay. And then the requested catalog. So this is another section wherein, I mean, all of you would want to, safeguard your designs, right? I mean, you put in blood and sweat to, to build a company, and then, you spend so much time and effort to actually come up with those new creatives, right? And then you obviously don't want somebody to just come ahead and just steal it or download it and go ahead and then, give it to some company in China or somewhere, and then, just make a replica of it, right? So we understood that. So that's why we have given an option to mark your catalog secure, and almost all of you would had preferred that one. So if a buyer wants to get your catalog, all he has to do is he has to request it for you. He'll have to request it. Okay. And then you'll get the request, and then you can communicate with the buyer over email or phone. All the details will be there. So that is for this section. This notification section, we'll come to this in a bit. Everything that happens in your stall, has an entry here. It'll also go in the bell icon here. So we'll come to that in a bit. Event videos and webinar videos down at the bottom. But but this is pretty much it, right? So this, if you want to come to this homepage, all you have to do is, you see this home button right here with the chimney and all, right? You just click on this home button. Regardless of where you are, you will come to this page. Okay. Now, you see this human eye button at the bottom, right? That is your stall. Okay. So now we are going to move into the next piece, which is your stall piece. Okay. So let me just quickly recap as to what we have seen so far. So what have we done so far? First thing is we have logged into Google Chrome with the Gmail ID, right? That has an @ihhsfair.com. So that's what we did the first step, right? The next step is, we, in the same browser, we logged into the virtual platform using the virtual platform username and password. And we got here, right? And then we've been looking at, all the items in the dashboard now. Now, the next step is your stall. How does your stall look like? Okay, so you click on this human eye button down at the bottom, right? You see here. So you click that, and then this will load your stall, right? So I cannot go into any of your stalls, obviously, because it's a privacy concern. We, one exhibitor shouldn't. I mean, it's not good for one exhibitor to see the products of the other exhibitors. So we have an HEPC stall, and that's where we're going to show you the demo, right? But then this is pretty much how your stall would also look like. So in the stall we have various sections. For those of you who have joined in the South America edition of the IHS Fair event, or the Sweden Denmark event, you may notice a couple of things new here, such as this contact info piece, this gallery piece. There are a few people. I know Ms. Sushneet. Yeah, she has attended the South America fair, but then she didn't attend anything after that. So Ms. Sushneet, this is a new thing. Okay, you remember I've been asking you and others for gallery, so this is where the images go. Okay, so this is the product section where you click on product, and then you go into the PDFs. Let me just turn off my video, right? So these are the handloom products of India. This is it just has some state-wise information, something that we did. This is HEPC proprietary information, this designs and all that, right? So this is what is the product. So here's typically where your products would go, right? I mean, you have multiple catalogs, let's say like cushions catalog, table linen catalog, bed linen catalog, bath linen catalog, all of them will go here, right? All of your 8 product catalogs will go here, right? And then the next is the contact info piece. So here is where your basic, it's like an e-visiting card, right? Your contact information, your email ID, address, your phone number, website, it's all here, and the buyer can just download it and then take it home with him, right? And this is the video section. You remember, we've been asking you for videos, and I have recommended you guys to give me videos to try and keep it under 4 minutes, because these days people don't have patience, right? So this is that video. Again, this is a demo video, but your real video will also go here, right? Your company name, like if your company is like Amazon, then Amazon, it will be here, and then you just click on it, and then you view the video. Again, for the video, like I've also spoken to you individually, the video and the product catalogs and the company profile should actually talk about your USP, right? I mean, each of you, I'm sure will have some USP, right? I mean, there has to be something, right? So you will have to bring that out in your in your catalogs, in your company profiles, in your videos, right? I mean, these days it's just not enough to say, what, I can I have a factory and I can produce like thousands of pieces each day. That is okay, but then if you want to be great, if you want to stand out, then you have to say that okay, so here's what I do, something that nobody else does, right? I mean, this is something only I can do, right? I mean, we have a designer, that is, our in-house designers are we use a certain method for stitching, or we source our products from a certain place that only we have been doing it, and we are able to track the sourcing of all the raw materials. So that way we know what goes inside our product. I mean, I'm just giving you an example, right? And then you can also say, like, see, these are the big companies that we are already supplying to, right? I mean, it's just not enough to say we make then the best table linen, right? You have to say, okay, we make good linen because, right, of these factors, because we have a great designing team, because we have a great sourcing thing, right? I mean, you have to give examples. So, like I've spoken with you, so you please make sure that you incorporate all these details in the product catalogs, company profile PDFs, and in the video, right? And so because these days, I mean, as you know, we are not going there physically, right? I mean, it's your product that is going there, so it has to speak for itself. So please bear that in mind. So this is the profile, your company profile, which I just, spoke about. So this is obviously for HEPC, but then, we're just going to just show what it looks like. So this is basically what will, your content will go here, right? We have a zoom in, zoom out button. If you want, you can do that too. Okay. So, we started this year, we've been doing this, we're supplying to all these great companies in these countries. So let's say, for example, this is a US Canada fair, then you can maybe tell them, tell the buyers that, hey, you know what, I'm already supplying to Kohl's, I'm already supplying to Bed Bath and Beyond, right? I'm already supplying to Pottery Barn. You know what I mean? I mean, this is what will make you stand out. Okay. So please bear that in mind. So this is the gallery section. Okay. You click on gallery, then you will see, the product images that I've been, talking to you like, multiple times. So this is where the product images go. So, these are all like, HEPC stalls. So these are all, some of the images that we have put. So like this, your gallery will also be here, right? I mean, you can give us images, and you can actually also give like videos. So this gallery is like a teaser to your, to your catalogs. So, these days people, tend to look at pictures and see videos rather than read a whole bunch of stuff. People just have a lot less patience these days. So we'll have to cater to them, right? So we give them a gallery. As soon as they come in, anybody sees a gallery, that's where they want to go first, because that's what we do too, right? So, they just go ahead and look at all these products, and then you see we can put in a video also, even in your gallery, right? So the more videos, the sections you have, and the pictures you have, I mean, it's good, right? But we don't want to inundate also. So let's keep it at like, around 10, let's say, right? So that way the buyer comes, he looks at the gallery, and then he says, hey, you know what? The products look interesting. Now let me go and look at their catalogs, right? And then, oh, okay, so this catalog is also good. Now, they have, the catalog is pretty descriptive. They have a good, photo, and they are also mentioning as to what the fabric is, like, okay, whether it's cotton, or whether it's, if it is a mix, or is it like 100% cotton, or so on and so forth, right? The more information you give, it's better. Obviously we understand you can't give the price information, but then that's what these prefix meetings are for, right? Or you can also contact them, once they come into your stall, you have their information, right? You have their email ID, you have their phone number, you have all the details. So from there you can you can pretty much go from there too. Okay, so this is about your stall. The next section, if you see here, this is all your social media sections here. You remember we have 3 Excels, one of which says, please give us your your Facebook links, your Twitter handles, so on and so forth, right? So that is where all these go. Okay, so this is HEPC. So this is the website, right? This will go to hepcindia.com, and this is the Facebook handle. So the first one, if I click, it's just going to HEPC, right? The next one is the this is the Facebook handle, and I mean Facebook account. So this is our Instagram account, this is our Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, WhatsApp. So that's similarly your information will go here, correct? So this WhatsApp, you would have all given a WhatsApp number also. We have collected that in the Excel sheets. So the buyer cell phone and your cell phone will be connected as soon as the buyer clicks this and admits it. Okay, so that then this connection will be on your cell phone even beyond the fair, beyond the 3 days of the fair. Okay, so this is the social media piece, and this is the main stall section. Okay, now the next piece is the communication piece. Okay, so let me just do that here. So the communication piece is pretty much here. Okay, the Google Meet is where all the the prefixed meetings happen. Okay, and you all know by now, most of you know, other than the new joiners, that you have to just click on this Google Meet and then click on join now. Okay, and I will have my colleague here to join this, just to give you a demo of how it feels like in real life. Okay, Okay, so I'm just going to go start. So what happens is I just click on Google Meet, right? And then at the top right corner here, okay, now you see this, you get this message, please allow, okay? And any message that comes on the screen, please read that, right? You see here, what does it say here? Meet.google.com wants to use your microphone, right? So this video chat wants to use our microphone. We need to allow it, okay? It wants to use our microphone. It wants to use our camera. So you click on allow. Do not click on dismiss, okay? You click on allow. Once you've done, you will see the video, right? And then you just have to click on join now. You see right here, the join now green big button here. You click on that, right? And then once you're there, you see the buyer is already here. My colleague here, he's in a rush. He just wants to get this demo, get into this demo, right? So he's already come in. So I'm just going to admit. And once I admit, then there he is, right? Hey, Arun, how's it going?
Hey, Pradeep, going good, man.
Cool. All right, Arun. Thank you.
Yeah, cheers, bye.
Cheers. So that's it. He's gone, right? He came in, we met, and he's gone. So that's that's how a buyer would also come, right? I mean, at prefix meeting. So let's say we have a meeting at let's say 5 p.m. right? At 5 p.m. then a buyer will come in. You just have to be ready here. You just have to be ready, just like this, right? As soon as he comes in, he or she comes in, you just have to click on admit, and then that's it. You're done, and then the meeting happens. And then the buyer can go. You don't have to go. You shouldn't end the meeting. You just have to stay here. What you could do though is you can mute yourself, you can turn off your camera, and then you can go about doing your business, right? I mean, it's there, it's just waiting there. If somebody comes, you'll hear a beep, you'll see a message, then you start admit. Until that happens, you can just do your own thing, right? You can come to your stall, you can be here, you can view your things, go to your dashboard, you can do whatever you want, right? So this is exactly what we have to do. Okay, this is the communication piece. Now there is I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to leave now, but then you please don't do it on the day of the fair. Once you come to the fair, again, the fair timings, we will discuss about that once this demo is over. During the fair time, you please make sure you're available online. Okay, the fair time is going to be 5:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. Just so you know it. So please make sure you are available at that time, right? I mean, in front of a computer. And then if anybody comes to your stall, you'll get an SMS. Okay, by now you're probably getting a whole lot of SMSs because we're doing some testing. But then yeah, you'll get an SMS as soon as somebody comes into your stall. Not only that, if you're logged in, you see this bell icon here, this little bell icon, and you see at number 31 there. So this is a notification, right? I mean, everything that happens at your stall goes here. You see, my colleague here, he came in at 4:30 p.m. We had a Google Meet, so he visited. That's also here, right? It's all here. If you want to see everything in one shot, you just click on see all, and voila, you come here, right? This is your notification screen. Everything is here, correct? And then you can just come back to your stall. So there are just two things that you have to be mindful of, right? One is your home button, the other one is your stall button. Okay, so these two you just have to be mindful of. Okay, and I think that's these are the two most important things, right? Home button, your stall, Google Meet, you just click and you join, right? This is pretty much it. Let me just recap again from the beginning. I know some of you joined like 5-10 minutes late, so I'm just going to do this thing just once more. Okay, 1 second. Let me just log out. Okay, let me open a new. Okay, you see google.com. You see here, you see a button. You sign out first. Okay, if you're logged into multiple accounts, you will see a lot of accounts here. Then here it will say sign out of all accounts. So you please click that first. Once you're done, you'll get the sign in button. You click on the sign in button, and then you use the @ihhsfair.com ID. Okay, so again, you will get two usernames and passwords. One is to log into Google Meet. The other one is to log into your virtual platform. Okay, the one you use here is the Google Meet username and password. Okay, so I have just used my Google Meet username and password. That's it. Once I'm logged in, I'll come back to the Google page, and then here I should see that ID. Okay, this will tell you that okay, you're all set, right? So this is the first step. It literally took what, like 4 seconds, 5 seconds. That's all it takes. Okay. The next one, you go to the platform, right? We will, we will enable the link shortly. Even if we give you a username and password, you wouldn't be able to log in now because we'll open, and sir will talk about that later, after my presentation is over. But then you will have a sneak preview before, probably a day before the fair. Okay, but until such time, so this, I will just show here. So now what I'm using is the username and password for the virtual platform username and password. Okay, now I'm logged in, and then this is my dashboard. I have all the the visitors and everything is here. Notifications are here. Requested catalog, all sections are here. You go to your stall, right? And then you just click on Google Meet. Okay, so this is your stall. So your home button, you're there. You can see your stall visitors. You can see your company information, all that. You come to your stall, and then you click on Google Meet to join. You make sure this ID is correct. Okay, and then it will ask you. Sometimes it doesn't ask you because I have already allowed, so it doesn't ask me a second time. Okay, but then you see this tiny little lock button here. You click that, then you will see whether your settings are all allowed or not. You see this camera right here, it says allow. It should be allowed. Please make sure this is allowed. So this is the permission, right? I mean, so you need to understand, right? I mean, it's the computer, if it just comes and turns on your video without even asking you, that's a breach of your privacy, right? I mean, that shouldn't happen. So every time it will ask you, can I see you? Can I get your picture, right? Can I hear you? You need to say yes. And once you've done that, and that's it, right? You need to ensure that it is in allowed state. Allow. Okay. Notifications, it's up to you. You can ask, or you can keep it as, I would say allow that as well. Okay. So then click on join now. That's it, you're done, right? And then if a buyer comes, you click on admit, you're all set. Okay, you don't have to leave. You just turn off your microphone. You just turn off your video. You go to the other screen. You go to your, if you want, you go to your homepage. If you want, you come back to your stall. You go about doing your business, right? If somebody comes, you come to the screen. You'll get an admit button with a sound. You just admit. You're all set. Okay, so this is the exhibitor piece. Okay, so this is probably it, right? I mean, you probably don't have to know anything more. But then what we're going to do is we're going to just go and show how the fair will seem to a visitor also, right? I mean, ultimately you're doing this event for the visitors, right? For the buyers. We have to know what the buyer sees, right? So that's also important. So now what we're going to do is I'm just going to show you what a buyer sees. Okay, so let's see. So the buyer, he has a different login. Okay, he's going to log in. You see here, it says visitor dashboard. So this is what the buyer sees. Okay, so when the buyer logs in, you see the exhibitor name. So these are all the various participants for this fair. Okay, everybody comes here. So they can just, click on any of this, right? Let's say, which one shall we go to, right? Okay, let's say. So I've chosen Coimbatore Cotton Concepts, right? I mean, they are one of the new participants in this fair. Okay, Arnab Roy has entered the waiting room. I'm going to admit. Okay, and they will just click on this. Let me turn off my video, and then they will go into the stall. So this is their virtual stall. I'm sorry, I cannot show any of the products because that's all proprietary information. That only the particular exhibitor can see. But you get the drift, right? I mean, the buyer can come here. They can search based on exhibitor. If they know the exhibitor by name, they can come here and search. Most of them, they wouldn't know the name. They would know by the various product categories. You remember, we gave you an Excel sheet. We told you, please fill this, fill up that Excel sheet. Please give us, what products you manufacture, right? Well, this is what it was for. So let's say the buyer says, okay, let me visit the exhibitors who manufacture bath linen. And then, okay, these are all the various companies that do bath linen, right? Okay, now I just click on any of this and then I go there, right? Now I'm there. Okay, so and then they can also search based on sub products also, right? So under bath linen we have two categories. Under bed linen we have bed covers, bedspreads, comforters, duvet covers, pillows, quilts, and all this is there, right? They can search, they can click and go. Okay. Now, visited stalls. So just like how you know what visitors have come to your stall, the buyer also knows which stalls they have gone to and their contact information. So if the buyer comes to your fair, to your stall, then that contact information will also be saved for the buyer. Now, if a buyer requests for any catalog, then that also comes here. I'll show that to you in a bit. And then this is the artificial intelligence-based matchmaking. So what we have done here is we have a like a nice algorithm which actually matches the buyers and the exhibitors, right? I mean, and then it says, okay, so these are the top 5 exhibitors who would be a good match for you. So I mean, for my preference, see, Trident Home Furnishing seems to be a 79% match. Nela Export seems to be a 71% match. Aravali seems to be 68% match. Coimbatore Cotton Concept seems to be a 65% match, so on and so forth, right? Prabha Home Collections is a 65% match. So now as a buyer, I know, okay, so I'm pressed for time. So let me do one thing. Let me just go and see, okay, so this guy seems to be like a 79% match. You know what? Let me go to his stall. Let me see what he has first, right? So that sort of thing comes here, right? Now, then the other thing they can do is they can click on floor plan. Once they click on floor plan, they get to see all the exhibitors here in one shot, right? This will be aligned, as per your, your stall allocation. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth, right? So now from here also, the buyer can, just click on a stall and then go into the stall. Once he's there in a stall, he can, view the products. Obviously, like I said, I cannot show any of these for you. And then, they have this whole bunch of, I mean, whatever we saw for the demo stall, that is what we have here also, right? Now I can go back to the floor plan, and then I can go to any stall I want, right? And there is another section which they have. This is this 3D stall. You see this button right here, 3D stall. So this one will actually take them to a virtual walkthrough, sort of, right? So this is where it's see, I'm just using my keypad, right? So this is the virtual fair for US and Canada. So you see, it's like a video game, right? I mean, I can just scroll left, right, forward. I can swivel around 360 degrees. I can see what's going on, behind me. It just to, give them a real feel, right? I mean, as to they are in, in like a real fair, right? I mean, I understand. I mean, none of us can, I mean, not many of us can travel because of this COVID situation. But then, we try and give as many, options as possible to make it feel, to make it feel like it's real, right? One other thing I want to show you is, okay, so they can enter the stall from here also, right? They can just click on this stall, and then, let me close this, right? So they can just click on this, and then this is just blocking my view. Okay. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Okay, so I can just, from there, I can click and then come into the stall. Again, I cannot show you the products. I'm just going to go back to the floor. Okay. So all I have to do is just click, and then, right. So this is just to give them a glimpse of, what it feels like, right? I mean, if they are visiting a fair, this is what they would see. And one other thing is, I mean, it gives, I mean, okay, Arnab Roy is entering again. I'm just going to admit him again. Okay, so see, the one other thing that this hall gives is an opportunity to display our, or, to make an advertisement, to keep advertisements. You see here, so this is like, places where we can advertise your stalls. Let me just show you. And I know in one of the past fairs, we had some advertisements, and we had participations from, from some of the companies. So we'll actually be putting your logo, your company stall information, and all that there. So when the buyer comes in, you stand out, right? I mean, that comes with this very small, price at, it's a very small price, which sir can, intimate you. But we cannot do it for this fair. But then in the upcoming fairs, if you're interested, we can do that too, right? So that way they can, the buyer comes in, they can just look around the stall, and then although you have various stall numbers allocated, your you have your banners on the walls. So somebody that comes in, they know, okay, so there is this company which does this, right? We did it in the South America fair, and some of you have have advertised. So that's another thing I wanted to show, right? So that's about it. So this is from a visitor's perspective. Now there are a couple of other sections which I will probably show from your dashboard itself. So this is the exhibitor panel, if you can see. Okay, so there is an auditorium, a resource center. Okay, resource center will will basically have the fair directory, audio visuals, press and media, FAQs. All this information will be here, and this information will all be loaded before the fair. Okay, so basically you will have the fair directory. FAQs will all be preloaded here. It's again not for you guys, because you already know what this fair is about and what HEPC is and what IHHS fair is all about. You know all that, but then it's mostly for the buyer. Okay, and then this is the auditorium hall. As you can see, no movie is playing now, but there will be an inauguration video on the day of the fair. Okay, and yeah, that's about it. So if you have any questions, you guys can ask me. Again, the first thing you do is you will get an email. You'll receive 2 usernames and passwords. One is for the Google Meet, which you will have to use to log into Google Chrome. The second one is to log into the virtual platform. Once you're logged into the virtual platform, you click on your stall, you click on Google Meet, and then you click on let me just turn off my camera. If it asks you to allow, then you do that. Okay, then you click on join now. That's it, you're all set. If somebody comes in, you admit, and then you keep going. Okay, this is about it. So I mean, I know if you some of you may have some questions after this. So even if that is the case, you can please feel free to call me anytime. Night or day, weekends, weekdays, doesn't matter. So we are here to help you. All right, so with that, I will pause. If there are any questions, I will be more than happy to take them. I'll stop my screen sharing too. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think when they are on a call with the buyer.
Yes, sir.
Video call with the buyer,
Yes,
during the course of interaction,
yes,
they want to show something from the product collections, whatever they have, the virtual page.
Yes.
So in that case, they have to switch off the video, the audio,
okay,
and
so
then go to the product page.
No, sir, they can actually start sharing. Let me just, okay, thank you for bringing that up, sir. Let me also share that. So you click on Google Meet, right? I'm already sharing my screen, so I don't know if I'll be able to do it a second time. But then, you know what?
No. My question here?
Yes, sir.
Like no, now the buyer, you have admitted the buyer. As an exhibitor, you admitted the buyer.
That is correct.
You are discussing on something.
Yes.
And the buyer may say, okay, let me see some of your product in the table collection. Something like that.
Yes.
Probably, you can switch off this and then platform.
Yes, sir. They don't have to actually switch off. I mean, like I mentioned, they can just click on this other screen right here, and then they can just show, just view that too.
Yeah, that's right. So
yes, sir.
They only switch between the screen.
They just have to switch between the screens. Exactly. That's all. Yes, that's all, sir. That's all it is, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, sir. Absolutely, yes.
Not necessary to switch off the camera or.
No. They can admit, and then they can just go to the other screen, and then they can.
Yeah, just switch between the screens.
Okay. Exactly, sir. Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, sir. So now I'm just going to leave this Google Meet. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing, and then I'm going to, okay, 1 second, stop share. Okay, I'm just going to turn my video back on. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions.
He's already in the meeting, no? How come he's...
So sorry, sir.
No, somebody has sent a message. No, Arnab Roy has sent a message.
Okay.
Needs to receive the mails.
We actually, we actually saw him a couple of times trying to enter, and I did admit him myself a couple of times.
No, but say now he's texting only from the meeting platform. No?
Oh, okay, great. Okay, all right.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that completes your presentation, right? So
yes, sir. That is correct. Yes.
now
And
the
we
open,
can
yeah,
talk about the fair time,
so,
sir, or you may,
yeah,
want to
please,
talk about
please
that.
inform,
Okay.
inform the fair timing. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So yeah. So the other piece that I wanted to talk to you about is the fair timings, right? I mean, so like sir pointed out, we'll all be sharing you an event fact sheet along with the see when you get a username and password. So like I mentioned, you'll get 2 usernames and passwords, one for Google Meet, one for virtual platform, and in that email you will also get a couple of attachments. Okay, one will be an event fact sheet. In that fact sheet, this fair timing will all be mentioned. Okay, and then you will also get a step-by-step instruction along with screenshots, whatever we saw now, right? Whatever I just explained and whatever I mean, it's pretty simple. I know you all know by it, know by now, but then we will also give you a step-by-step instructions along with screenshots, right? So just so you need anything, you can just look at it. And whatever I've just explained, it will have, with the screenshots. So if you want, you can, you can just use it like a cheat sheet, right? You can just maybe print it out and then put it right next to your, like your laptop or your desktop. So, that'll be like a cheat sheet for you, right? So that's one thing. The fair timing, it's from 5:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. India time. Okay, so that's 5:30 to 11. Okay, the prefixed meetings will happen between 5:30 and 10. Okay, but we recommend you to be available between 5:30 and 11 in case even if we do get any ad hoc meetings, we can send the buyers your way. So it's very important that you stay online between 5:30 p.m. and 11 p.m. on all 3 days of the fair. It's important, and you guys have all been doing very well in the past fairs, so we must appreciate you for that, but please continue to do that in the upcoming fairs also. Yeah, so that's one thing I wanted to add, sir. And I think
Yeah, I'll answer it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Here we have one question from one of the participants.
Yes, sir.
How to get the prefix meeting details? So definitely, yes, we will definitely be sharing you the prefixed meeting details at least one day before, or if there is any changes and due to some last minute cancellation of a buyer or some addition of a buyer, so all these information will be shared with you either by email or by through your phone number or by a direct call, either from my side or from Mr. Pradeep. Any one of us might call you or we'll be sending you by email. All this information will be shared well in advance. Okay, as Mr. Pradeep told you very clearly that please stay connected to the computer on the platform between 5:30 p.m. and 11 p.m. On for all 3 days, because anyway, since we are 9.5 hours behind US and Canada timing, so we have no other option but to have this even timing, and then some odd hours like this between 5:30 to 11 p.m. But for one-to-one meeting, if of course we get the timing as 5:30 to 10 p.m. As far as possible, we'll try to accommodate the meetings between 5:30 to 10 p.m. But the show timing is 5:30 to 11 p.m. Hope I think I answered Mr. Tyagarajan's question here. Selvam sir. Anyway, you'll be getting these communications by email shortly along with other information.
Hello, Rangasam sir.
Yes.
Hello,
Yes,
I am
sir.
Ravi sir, Prabhakam collection.
Yes, sir.
இப்போ 5:30 சொல்றீங்களா, அது வந்து யூஎஸ் டைம் எத்தனை மணிக்கு சார்?
5:30 p.m. Indian time.
No, okay sir. யூஎஸ்ல எத்தனை மணிக்கு சார் அங்க?
USA approximately about I think 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. 8 a.m. in the morning.
சரி சார். 8 o'clock வந்துருவாங்களா இல்லைன்னா இன்னும் ஒரு அரை மணி நேரம் 1 மணி நேரம் சேர்த்து பண்ணாலும் பண்ணிங்க?
5:30 இருந்து we are having it till 11, no? 11 p.m.
ஓகே ஓகே ஓகே. இல்ல 5:30க்கு அவங்க வந்து நமக்கு நம்ம டைமுக்கு வந்து அவங்க அட்டெண்ட் பண்ணிடுவாங்களான்னு உங்களை ஒரு क्वेश्चन கேக்குறேன்.
Some people they start early also, no? See, some of them even they are also working from home. So sometimes they may join even at 8 o'clock. Most of our virtual meetings with our US agencies happening only at 8:30 a.m., 8 a.m. Sometimes even 7:30 a.m. No, US time. People are ready. Ravi sir, your voice cut ஆச்சு. 5:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. This is Indian time. Okay. As per US time, it is 8 a.m. to I think 11 p.m. Can you
Yes, sir.
just share the screen, sir?
Yes, sir. It's 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., sir. in New
1:30
York.
p.m.
Yeah.
Just share that screen, no fact sheet.
Yeah, sure, sir. 1 second. Let me just pull it up on my screen. Just
Yeah,
give me
on
one
the screen, no, so it will be
Yeah.
easy for all.
Absolutely. Just give me 1 second.
Anyway, we'll be informing you these details through mail. That is right.
Just give me 1 second. I'm just pulling that up. There's Canada. Okay, so I'm just going to share my screen. Okay, so this is the event fact sheet that you will get shortly. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so is everyone able to see my screen? Okay, I take that as a yes. So this is the event fact sheet that you will get, okay, along with the email. In the email, like I pointed out, and just sir also mentioned, you will get the username, password, and then in that there will be a few attachments. One of which is this event fact sheet. The other one is the step-by-step instructions as to how to log in. And then we also give a do's and don'ts, right? I mean, as to how, be advisable, right? I mean, make sure you're in a well-lit room.
You can scroll down.
All that, right?
Fact
So,
sheet.
yes, sir. So this is the fact sheet and this is the timings. Is everyone able to see the screen?
Yeah. So there are two times here. One is a fair timing, one is a prefixed meeting time. Whatever we have informed, just now. And I have another question from another exhibitor, saying that what about the Western time, US time?
Yeah.
Actually,
So
this timing is fixed as per the EST, Eastern time only. Of course, the platform will remain open 24/7. So if any buyer from the Western side of US, they like to have a meeting, yes, might well they can ask for a specific timing to have a prefixed meeting. Event will be open 24/7. The exhibitors who would like to extend their stay till midnight or 1:30, 2 a.m., no issues. It will be open. It will be available for the buyers and the exhibitors to access 24/7 for all the 3 days during the fair time.
absolutely.
Mr. Arnab, I hope I answered your question. Thank you.
சாரி சார், இடையில பவர் கட் வந்துருச்சு.
No problem.
அதனால இல்லை சார், நான் என்னதுன்னா, அதாவது நம்ம 5:30க்கு வந்து போடும்போது அங்கே லோக்கல் டைம் வந்து 8 மணி சொன்னீங்க. 8 மணிக்கு இப்போ இல்லைன்னா இன்னும் ஒரு அரை மணி நேரம் கூட தள்ளி வைக்கிறதால வச்சுக்கலாம். என்னோட சஜஷன். நீங்க என்ன எப்படி முடிவெடுக்கிறீங்களா? அங்க லோக்கல் டைம் 8 o'clock சொன்னீங்க.
இல்ல அபிஷியலா நம்ம ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணிட்டோங்க 8 AM அப்படிங்கிறது.
அப்படிங்களா?
So சில buyers வந்து they are ready and they are start their work even at 8 AM. So why to lose our time? So that is the reason we have kept the timing as 8 AM. So nothing. See, if hemp textile, if you go to hemp textile, most of the buyer will arrive only at 9:30.
Yes.
But whereas your doors are open at 8:30, you can enter the exhibition hall at 8:30 AM itself. As an exhibitor, you should be ready at least half an hour before. Nothing wrong in it, no? So that is the reason நமக்கு வந்து 8 o'clock open பண்ணிட்டோம். Even buyer வந்து 8:30 join பண்ணா, let them join at 8:30. But you are ready, no? Half an hour முன்னாடி ready ஆயிடுங்க.
ஓகே சார். இல்ல அதுக்கு தான் எனக்கு
ஒரு 3 days கொஞ்சம் early morning எந்திரிச்சிருங்க சார், நேரமே அவ்வளவுதான்.
இல்ல சார் நான் வந்து நம்மளது வந்து சாயந்தரம் தான் சார் பண்றேன்.
இல்ல சார், சாரி ஓகே அவங்களுக்கு ஐம் சாரி.
நம்மளுக்கு சாயந்தரம் தானே, அவங்களுக்கு தானே ஏர்லி மார்னிங்.
ஆமாமா, அவங்க உங்களுக்கு பிரச்சனை இல்லை, அதனால நோ இஷ்யூ.
சார் இப்போ யுஎஸ்ஏவும் கனடாவும் சேம் ஒரே டைமா கொஞ்சம் டைம் டிஃபரன்ஸ் இருக்குங்களா?
சேம் டைம், EST, ஈஸ்டர்ன் டைம்.
Yes sir. New York time, it's better we go with New York time.
New York time.
Yeah.
New York and
Toronto. They have EST, EDT and
New
all
York
that.
and Toronto time.
Yes sir.
Toronto time. Yeah.
Yes sir.
வெஸ்டர்ன் சைடுல இருக்கிற யூஎஸ்க்கு கொஞ்சம் of course டைம் டிஃபரன்ஸ் வரும். But of course, நமக்கு platform is open for 24/7.
Yeah.
So அதனால வந்து western side buyers also can join and visit. And if they like to have a meeting, let them inform. They can have a prefix meeting. They can arrange a meeting.
Yeah.
Schedule well in
Okay,
advance.
okay, sir. Thanks for your information.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you.
There is also another question. Zoom meeting part need to explain again. I think I missed that part. Mr. Arnab, I think if we start explaining it, maybe I'll try to do it maybe in quick the thing. Other, I don't know whether we can able to understand it, but still anyway, this you'll be getting a link with a recorded kind of this thing, this meeting schedule, meeting events. Okay, we'll be sending you a link, video link where you can view that. Yeah, thank you.
And Mr. Arnab, don't worry about it. I mean, we'll also work with you. So if you have any questions, you can call us, right? We are available. So don't worry about it at all. Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, for a better understanding, you'll
Absolutely.
be sent with a link, video link file of
Absolutely.
the
Absolutely.
recorded version of this meeting. Okay?
Absolutely, sir. Yeah. Perfect.
Someone has joined even just now, about 2 minutes back also. So we have no.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any other question?
Mr. Rangasamy, what
Yes,
Mr. Ravi said,
Okay.
If we take New York Times, 8 o'clock, it is okay.
Okay.
Whereas if somebody comes from Seattle or that side, it is too early for them. 3 hours difference is there, I think. From New York time to.
Correct, sir. So then we are open till 11 p.m. sir, as per our standard. So 11 p.m. that covers almost. It goes up to 2.5 hours, I think 2:30 p.m. New York time.
We are 5:30 to 10:30, 11.
5:30 to 11. 5:30 to 11 is our event time, official time.
Okay.
But those who are joining from the western side also, no, they can still cover it in the time slot.
Okay.
So for the New York time, it is I think 2:30. We end our show at 2:30 p.m. as per the New York time. So the western side,
1:30, sir. Sorry, 1:30.
1:30.
Yes, sir. 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m.
Yeah, 1:30 p.m. So that way, 2.5 hours on the, so they are still, at 10 o'clock, between 10 to 11, yes, 10 to 11, they are in the platform, the virtual platform. Our timeline, western side. But even though they can still, they can have a prefixed meeting schedule. They can visit even platform on the 24/7 open even days. So it is available for both exhibitors and visitors. You can set up. You can even mutually set up a meeting also. If he wants to have a meeting at so time, yes, it's open.
Okay.
Yeah. That way you can fix a meeting at any given point of time.
Okay. Thank you.
Sir, Pradeep, sir, again, I'm asking you, is there any possibility of multiple login?
Yes, sir. Sir, it's
not Google Meet, Google Meet, but to view how many has come, visitors have come that way.
Right.
Like
Sir, it's just like email, right? I mean, so in Gmail, you can log in from your computer, you can log in from your laptop, you can do all that. But then, I mean, that is the same case with our platform also, but then we don't advise it. So we would recommend you not to do that. But then if you must do it, then you can do it. But then only one person should take meetings. So that's why, to avoid all this confusion, we although you can have multiple logins, we recommend you not to do it, just to avoid any confusion, sir.
Okay.
Did that help answer your question, sir?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Sure.
Okay, I think any other questions? Otherwise, then we'll close this session. Before we close, what I would like to emphasize here, please focus on your product designing. The PDF catalog is very, very important. Please pay attention to the catalog make your presentation in a kind of a self-explanatory style, so that it doesn't need any further thing, so that only should invite, because you are not physically meeting the buyer here. It is not a physical event; it's an online event, and where even the buyer also, they want to keep their anonymity as much as possible. They don't want to disclose their details also. In such a situation, only your PDF file, the product file, the video file should speak. That should only invite the buyer. It should generate interest buyer. So I would like to stress the importance on this presentation. Pay attention to the catalog presentation. Prepare and submit a well designed kind of catalog with as much information as possible. What are the sizes available? What is the minimum order quantity? It should be self-explanatory kind of thing. What is the minimum order quantity acceptable? What is the price range? What is your delivery time? If you give all those information, then the buyer is having everything on hand. Would like to have any further details? Yeah, then he will definitely seek an appointment. So you should provide all these information in the catalog itself as much as possible. Yeah, like for example, curtains. You might have some treatment. After finishing, kind of thing, post weaving kind of treatment. Anti-inflammable this thing, fire retardant treatment. Something like that. You can say that, okay, the curtain with the fire retardant finishes is available. That kind of information will definitely generate an interest. Oh, it is not just a curtain. You got some specialized treatment, post weaving treatment, like something like that. You should focus on your specialty, uniqueness. So with those few words, I think somebody is having a question. Mr. Vinay?
Yeah, speaking, sir.
Yeah, you have some question?
Yeah, I just say only thanks to you, sir, from Cottage Industries, that you give us the chance. I hope you do a lot of work for all the handloom exporters. We hope Pradeep ji guide us so well. So thank you so much, sir. Nothing.
Welcome, sir.
We understand.
Welcome,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Welcome, sir. And we are here to help you out, whatever the kind of technical information. Pradeep is there, always available, and I am there always. So you can just contact us
Very
any
nice.
given point of time for any doubt. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Vinay. Thank you.
It's a very informative session. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Anytime.
Thank
Anytime.
you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, sir. If no question, then please, then we can just close this training meeting schedule. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you all. Thank you all.
All the best. All the best for the event.
All the best. Thank you.
We will shortly be sending you the access code, login details and other information by Monday positively in the morning, and it might be open for a kind of a sneak preview in the second half on Monday. We'll send you the details by email.